How is everyone doing? Fun little thing I'm going to do today. And it's Wednesday, February 26th, around noon here on the East Coast. And it's been the chatter of the mixed martial arts world. We had a great debate on it yesterday, El Dawson and myself on the Fight Banana Show. And I'm calling it the final word. I'm going to try to do this every week. One topic that I think, guys, we got to put away. Like, we need to move on. I know UFC Vegas 103 this Saturday is not full of a big card main event or a lot of big names on it. A couple bangers on the card, though. And, guys, we are 10 days away from UFC 313. A lot of stuff to get into. I assume big news coming in that co-main event against Gaethje. So we got to put something to bed. We need the final word, and it's over. It's done with it. We're not bringing it back up. And it's the fallout of Henry Cejudo and Song Yadong. So, with me, I love doing this. I respect so many analysts and ex-fighters and people in this space of podcasting and creating content. Mighty Mouse, Brendan Schaub, Luke Thomas, John Anik, so on, so on, and so on. I watch all the content. I love it. Because I have my takes and my thoughts and my ideas, and then I watch them and listen to them, and it's like I kind of go through it and weave, and then at the end, now we're 4 or 5 days from it. I am dead set on what I think happened or should have happened. And like I said, I'm putting it away to bed. So, of course, I'm going to rewind a little bit. Song Yadong, low blows Cejudo 2 times, not once, but 2 times. And the second time was, maybe bad. Cejudo won the point, didn't get it. Then we saw a nasty eye poke from Song Yadong, who, by the way, a lot of content, you can see it, a lot of great social media outlets are putting content out, and Cejudo's team put something out that Song's fingers were like this. A lot of the fight was like this. This is how Song is fighting Henry Cejudo. So with that being said, bad eye poke. Minute 10 left of round number 3. Cejudo takes all 5 minutes. A veteran, and I'm going to get to Cejudo in a second. A lot of people are like, oh, he wanted the way out and all that. I'll get into that. That's a whole separate entity of this. Minute 10, takes the 5 minutes, continues the fight. You can tell if you watch the fight clearly, he's not right. You can just tell something is off. Of course, the something is off because as soon as that bell rings at the end of round 3, he's like, I can't see. That's it. And this is my argument. I respect that Cejudo tried to, and I kind of was thinking the fight maybe should have been stopped right away, but no, he wanted to go back out there, wanted to fight, wanted to see if he could, literally, pun intended, see if he can get through it, see if he can see Song, all that stuff. When that wasn't, capability, and he said to his cornerman, the ref, and the judge, on the doctor, I can't see at the end of round 3, in between, you get a minute there, the fight's over. The fight's over. Now, this is where the fun part comes into it, and we are putting this to bed. Jason Herzog, the referee that night, to me, manipulated the ending of the fight so we could see the judges' scorecards, which I get and I understand. And someone who, has a media outlet and Fight Bananas, and we make money when we make Winning Post and we talk about it. No one wants to have a podcast on no contest and kind of mysterious, mucky outtakes and verdicts. We want to see winners and losers. And guys, we're going to do a matchmaking Monday. Who's Song going to fight next? Who's Cejudo going to fight next? Should he retire? This is the stuff we create revenue through. Winners and losers. It's what we do. So no one wants to see that more than me. But there should not have been a winner on Song Yadong via the judges' scorecards. And of course, we don't know what the judges' scorecards were. I kind of think in the back of my head, to be honest, I think Cejudo thought he was winning and he was okay with doing this, because if you know you're losing on the judges' scorecards, there's no way you tell the referee, like, no, I can't see. Don't start the 4th round. Like, the fight's over. The fight needs to be over. There's no way we're going to a judges' scorecards. And if that being said, to me, there's 2 verdicts. There's 2 outcomes. One, the one that no one wants to see, right? Henry Cejudo Song Yadong, UFC Seattle main event. It's a no contest. He says, I can't see. We never start the fourth round. It never like clearly makes it to the fourth round, so we can't see the judges' scorecards. It's a no contest. That's one verdict. The second verdict, it's wild to me that I haven't heard a lot on, and like I said, I've listened and watched almost everyone. Brendan Shaw throws out some great takes on this topic. The one I haven't heard a lot on, so we shouldn't see the judges' scorecards, to my opinion. And if you don't want to do the no contest, no one loves a no contest, why did the fight stop? Henry Cejudo says, I can't see. The fight's over. I can't see because of the reaction of Song Yadong eye poking him. Why is no one talking about Song Yadong being disqualified and Henry Cejudo winning? He wins because his opponent broke the rules, did something that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to eye poke someone. So the fight can't continue. It's not Cejudo's fault. Cejudo, one of the all-time greats, one of the greatest low-weight fighters of all time, is now on a 3-fight losing streak. One split decision to Sterling. One, he lost to one of the other great low-weight fighters of all time, Merab Dvalishvili. And the third, he lost via an eye poke. And I'm not saying it was mainly an eye poke. He was losing on the judges' scorecards, and I am a realist. Song was ascending, and Cejudo, to me, was descending in the round 3, and we were seeing the momentum start to falter and change, right? So I hate saying this, and Gilbert Burns was up 2 rounds over Jack Della Maddalena to the turds tied, right? But I felt Song was going to win the fight. I think that's a very educated hypothesis that we could throw out there. So with all this being said, it's wild to me that Herzog goes, no, we need to see the judges' scorecards, and I know it's a second, and I know he never put Cejudo in danger, but he started the 4th round. It was his decision. It was Herzog's decision to create an outcome via the judges' scorecards, where I don't think there should have been. I think it should have been a no contest, or I honestly think that Song Yadong should have been disqualified and Henry Cejudo winning the fight due to a DQ. I really do. So that's my point. That's the final word. I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. If you guys agree, cool. If you don't agree, that's fine too. That it's America, and have your own opinion. I love it. I love it. I love to talk about it, dude. Me and El had a great debate about this for 20 minutes on the show yesterday. But a couple other things I want to kind of go through after the fact. Now it's over. I'm not going to talk about the decision and winning and losses and just scorecards anymore. But I've been hearing, of course, same thing the last 3 days about Henry Cejudo made a mistake by returning to action, returning to fighting, returning to the UFC. He made a mistake. It's such a, I'm trying to say this in the most polite way. To me, it's a loser way to look at it. It's a negative way to look at it. For one, the man made money. At the end of the day, we all need to create income and revenue for ourselves and our families. And this is a way he creates revenue. So he did that. Secondly, guys, like this man, Henry Cejudo, won an Olympic gold medalist, was a 2-weight class UFC world champion. Like you never know what he's thinking, feeling, fire, competitiveness. Maybe he wanted to challenge himself in this kind of the newer generation. And I respect that. There's no part of me that thinks that Henry Cejudo coming back was a mistake or calculation. He came back. He dared to be great again. He dared to become a world champion once again. It didn't happen. It didn't go his way. That's life. Henry Cejudo created a lot of downfalls for a lot of fighters. Defeating Demetrius Johnson, then he got shipped to ONE FC. Like, how crazy if Demetrius doesn't lose that fight and he's still our flyweight champion, do we trade a champion to ONE FC? So a lot of stuff is definitely in flux, and I think it's a weak take. I think it's a loser mentality of, oh, he shouldn't have came back. He ruined his legacy. guys, he's fighting the best fighters in the world. Like I said, a split decision championship fight against Aljamain Sterling and lost to Merab Dvalishvili. 2-1, by the way. Look at the scorecards. He lost. It happens. We all lose sooner or later in life. That's a Cejudo. Last thing I'll say, we went 10 minutes. I thought it would be like a 5-minute video. We're 11 minutes in right now. The one thing I do agree with a lot of things I've seen out there, and especially Dana White attacked it that night at UFC Seattle. No rematch. We don't want to see. I think it's like it's too murky. There's just no reason to see it again or make it again. The bantamweight division stacked. I saw the great guys from DS Twins MMA threw out a bantamweight top 15 rankings. Insane. There's so many great matches. We just saw Jose Aldo got matched up against an up-and-comer at UFC 315. There's a lot of fun matchups. I know it sounds crazy. I don't know what Cejudo's going to do. I don't think he wants to end his career like that. And like I threw out something, the eye, definitely take rest. Make sure you're fine. He might not even fight again in 2025. I'm not sure, but I'm just throwing this out there. At the end of 2025 or early 2026, how cool would it be on a pay-per-view to see Henry Cejudo versus Jose Aldo? Just two all-timers. If you do those Mount Rushmores of lower weight fighters, they're probably both on there. I think that would be a fun one. I think that's a great way to cap off his career. And Jose's on the opposite side has been playing this gatekeeper of a lot of these up-and-comer guys. He's been winning some, he lost one. But I think Jose Aldo versus Henry Cejudo is a great way to end maybe Henry Cejudo's in-ring fighting career. So there we go. Like I said, guys, the final word. It is done. It's over. We are burying it here at Fight Bananas. The Cejudo, Song Yadong fallout, the eye poke, it's dead. We are moving on. UFC Vegas 103 is this Saturday. We are a week and a half away from UFC 313 in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. We have Alex Pereira's back versus Ankalaev. I cannot wait for that fight. We will be doing a live watch-along for that epic event. And Justin Gaethje's in a co-main event against that great fighter, TBA, to be announced. So news incoming. We'll talk to you guys later. The final word, we're done. Cejudo, Song Yadong fallout is over. All right? Have